Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a great day. Today is going to be another serious topic for today's video. And I want to make a few disclaimers before I start. Well, number one, I'm mostly going to be looking at my side throughout the video because I have my notes on my tablet and I want to have my thoughts clear as I explain what I want to explain today. So yeah, let me read my disclaimers. Disclaimer: before I start, I want to state, as much as I'm talking to you guys, I'm also talking to myself. So please no one think I'm judging you for some of the things on here. These are behaviors I've noticed as a result from being on the internet and people's effect of social culture. I also want to add on to why I think they happen. I also want to say that more often than not, these are behaviors that have already been seen throughout history and humans and embedded for humankind for generations and different cultures. I just think that in this culture, in this digital age, which is all embedded with social media, these toxic traits within humanity have been amplified. All right, with that being said, let's start. Number one, the "it's not my problem" epidemic. With the rise in different videos from people spreading awareness about situations in Congo or Palestine and the pile of countries that are in a very deep famine or war or genocide, things like that, there's also a rise in the "it's not my problem" epidemic. Unfortunately, every time you scroll past a video speaking on it, or you just leave a comment and go about your day, or don't take time to speak up about injustice, you fall into this mentality. And it's not necessarily your fault. I believe it's human nature to worry about yourself and things that directly affect you. Unfortunately, most things that are better for this world are also more inconvenient and uneconomical. And then the choice between feeding your family versus doing something that is helping people that you don't really know becomes clear. Obviously, you're going to choose your family. That's why I think that it's not necessarily anyone's fault. When, like, you remember, I just got reminded, y'all remember Billie Eilish recently when she went off on people who weren't vegan? And, like, I understand her point, but at the same time, it's impossible to blame people that need food, that cannot afford to go vegan, cannot afford to buy these ethical things, and blame them from a rich perspective, someone that can afford all that, right? And mind you, I don't know who in her life, I don't know who in her life that she pays for or anything like that, but also bigger families. Like, I'm a family of 6, so my life is gonna have a slightly different perspective from someone who only has like a three person family or a four person family or a 2-person family. So yeah, it's just different factors that go into it. It's not just, oh, if you're not vegan, you must hate animals. And it's like, yes, I fully agree that the industries that make our food, they're toxic, very abusive. And of course, someone can be against that, right? You can be against something while also feeling like you have to partake in it, if that makes sense. Unfortunately, like, obviously you don't want to do that, but some things is just like, I can't, like, these animals versus feeding my family, because that's the reason why a lot of people want to boycott bad brands and, like, for example, buy more ethical eggs but can't, because unfortunately the economy is so bad that most of the working class cannot do that, cannot afford to be more ethical. When people are begging for donations or help, it gets overwhelming, but underwhelming at the same time. Because of the way the internet is set up, you can scroll into the next video and forget what you just watched. This constantly happens. I'm gonna speak from me personally. Sometimes like I get a lot of advocation on my For You page on Instagram and TikTok, and it gets like overwhelming to see like a video after video, a different country every time going through stuff. I'm like, what is going on? And it's like, yeah, I do work. I'm not, listen. My thing is, like, everyone has their own goals they're saving up for. Everyone has their own stuff. Everyone has their own like communities they need to spend money on. Like me, I give some of my stuff to my church. I give some of my stuff to my family. It's like, not everyone can pour into every single place. You know what I mean? Like, that's not possible for the working class. Like, especially for people who pay minimum wage jobs, me right now. But this leads me to the next idea, too, the dopamine epidemic. Often I see people question things like why celebrities get canceled for serious things, but then a few weeks later, the public seems to forget about it and start promoting the celebrity again. The paradox of the internet and human nature is mostly found here. I remember just a few weeks ago, James Charles was getting canceled because he was talking to he responded to a message he got from someone who just lost their job. And I'm like, and people started attacking him, and like, I'm like, yo, he's been like this. Please, he's been like this. Mind you, he got exposed for being in contact with minors. I don't know why we're so shocked that this happened, and it's y'all's fault for continuing to forgive him and support him every single time. Like, I'm like, I thought we knew about this already. I thought we were going to talk about this. Like, I'm so confused. I'm very confused on what we were doing here. Like, and it's because people have their own issues. This kind of ties into the last thing, because people have their own issues to worry about. That's number one. People always have something. Like, they're not people who work or have families or are doing stuff. They're not worried about these celebrities, these people that are out of their life. Like, why are you, like, it's easy to forget because of the fact that celebrities, number one, build a whole culture on being untouchable. Number one. Number two, distraction from, people got school, people got work, people got things. And number three, the way social media is set up, once again, you can forget about something 3 scrolls later. So you end up forgetting about these people. And again, as much as people pretend to care about celebrities, they don't care, if that makes sense. Like, not in a selfish way, but in a, I don't know you, right? I don't know you, so I don't care about you, in a sense. So that makes them forget about what they did. Because, yeah. And also, because of this parasocial / anti-parasocial, it's like a weird paradox of like parasocial, but also subconsciously you know that it's not real, if that makes sense. Because on one side you have the people who, again, it's like, I don't know you, so I don't care really about what happened. I need to pay my bills. People like that. And then other people who are like, for example, y'all remember Drake? Like, people, because it was like speculation, everything that they were Kendrick was saying about him. Everyone like forgot about that when Drake released his new album and decided to react to it. And I'm like, okay, I've never been a Drake fan, so I can't really like talk. I don't know. I'm never really that parasocial with any celebrity. That's why, like, if any of them got into anything bad, I feel like I would easily be able to just like mentally block them out and not support them, because I don't have that parasocial relationship with them. But I know I have some music artists that I like. I don't know how I would react if I found out they were actually bad people. But I just have a rule of thumb. Anyone who's like up there, like A-list, probably has done something that either the public would hate on, whether they know about it or not. So a lot of these celebrities have secrets that they are not going to tell obviously don't want the public finding out. But at the same time, it's like, people really don't care nowadays. And again, it's because there's so much going on in the world. The least they could care about is a celebrity that cheated on their husband or home wrecked their relationship or got into trouble with the law. The least they could care about is that. The least they could care about. Like, I just generally feel like there's a disconnect. And that's why, like, also there's been more topics about people like getting tired of influencers. People are so tired of influencers and their overconsumption and stuff like that, because they see them and then they see their lives. The working class is seeing them and getting tired of them, getting tired of supporting them, because while they're over here overspending, overconsuming, they're working 9 to 5s. They're working, barely sleeping, trying to keep the lights on. Yeah, I feel like I should low-key change this to the I don't care epidemic or mentality. It's like the dopamine effect, but also the I don't care effect. Because, like, there are many distractions in this world that's keeping them from keeping celebrities accountable. Because, like, why are you doing that when there's so many things that you need to be worried about, right? And it's like, with the amount of things that are happening in this world, and even if they do care, like humans care, they care about distraction that allows for the villains of this world to still roam around. With all these distractions people have gotten used to, they start to seek it out. They seek out fast food, fast fashion, and doom scrolling. Things that are ultimately bad for the world, but in that moment of like helplessness or depression or anything that's going on, it's like, yeah, this is bad for the world, for people who I probably don't even know, probably not affecting me just yet, especially if you live in America or Canada or one of those places that aren't directly affected by over consumption and stuff like that. Especially, again, when I was talking about the rise of unemployment and rising prices and mental illness being at an all-time high. When all these things are at an all-time high, it's like easier to overcompensate. Oh, this is bad. This person is bad. But their music makes me feel good, so I'm gonna listen to it because this world, like, subconsciously, this is what happens with our bodies and minds. It's like, oh, I know this person did this I don't agree with, but their music really makes me feel comforted in a time of, like, a very big fear in the world, right? And yes, depression is at an all-time high, I would say, but I feel like depression definitely has always been a thing, even if not named as such. So is it that more people are depressed, or that because of social media, there's more of it seen and going viral because other people can relate to it? I feel like a big thing that depression feeds off of is loneliness, and that definitely has been happening within these years. It's because in this generation, it's easier to find ways to seclude yourself. Back then, there really wasn't. Like, you had to talk to people. Like, I don't want to say had to talk to people, but like, there were more ways to talk to people, and there was more stuff. Like, now more than ever, we have more work from home opportunities, school from home, like everything from home, DoorDash. You don't have to go out to eat anymore. You don't have to go to the grocery store anymore. You can just order your groceries. And it's like, stuff like that really feed into the depression of this society, this day and age. All right, number 3, the last one, copy and paste epidemic. This has been talked about before on the internet many times. The idea of the lack of originality within today's culture. Trends that seem to leech off of each other, and ideas that seem still and static. People are often copying each other, and also brands are always trying to find new ways to market themselves that seem almost repetitive when you look at it. Words that are often used nowadays, popular songs and dances, has become less lyrical and complex, especially with the rise of TikTok, and people always complaining that, like, oh, songs are getting TikTokified and dances are getting really simple. Now, this is very dangerous. If you ever read 1984, you know why. In the book, the government keeps control of the masses by limiting speech within newspaper and culture. I believe that could be partly taking effect in the real world today. But even more so, I feel like in the day and age we're in, we're doing it to ourselves. Limiting our growth and knowledge for fleeting dopamine and ignorance. I just feel like this is very dangerous, because I understand that a lot of people, like, talk about, oh, copy and paste beauty standards, copy and paste ideas, copy and paste aesthetic, copy and paste this and that, and it's like, yes, but we need to go a little deeper and talk about why this is bad, why this can be impactful towards the future. And I feel like, again, 1984 is a good example of, like, why, because this governments and big powers can really use this and control the masses and masses of people. Because what happens when the literary rate goes down? What happens when people don't know how to read? People don't know how to speak. People don't know how to think for themselves. The first thing, I forgot what book. Fahrenheit. All right. Well, I literally have that book. I just haven't read it yet. It's Fahrenheit something. And they, like, what? It's something about, like, they burn books and stuff like that. Like, what's the first thing to go? Like, throughout history and throughout these different, like, books and stuff like that, they took the books away. Because that's where knowledge is found, and that's how you feed the brain, by reading books. But in a day and age of, like, short form content, things like that are just, like, out the window. I'm like, I know it's become a trend. Like, even buying books and reading books is, like, a trend now. It's not even, like, a normal hobby anymore. It's a trend. It's like the whole book talk thing. And I love book talk, okay? Sometimes some of the books are I should make a separate video on book talk. A lot of people have been making them, though, about all the stuff, the young adult genre and all that. People already made stuff about that. I guess I could talk about how it impacts the young mind, probably. But yeah, that's for point number 3. Now, y'all know I always like to have some hope core at the end, or like some ways to break apart from toxicity, right? So this is number 4. So what's to be done? I want to say that not all hope is lost. As this world gets darker, there are still good brands, ethical celebrities, beautiful music, and impactful dance, as well as a beautiful earth and people. I know that sounds kind of cringe, okay? But there's constant fear that surrounds people. And while it's important to recognize and talk about it, we also need to believe that every day is a new opportunity to become slightly better at resisting the mind-numbing that evil companies and world leaders want us to develop. Yeah, I could probably go deeper into that. Like, you only allow... Sometimes we think that different states of mind is placed upon us, but sometimes it's what we allow inside of ourselves, inside of our minds, inside of our ear gates, inside of our eyes. Like, yes, I'm not saying to not watch the news or anything like that. Like, yes, keep yourself updated, post it on different stuff, because ignorance is what keeps you, like, in a dumbfounded state, right? But also it's important to acknowledge the idea of... But it's also important to acknowledge the idea of being able to also spend time with your loved ones. And I feel like we also need to pour into spending time with loved ones, speaking up about what you believe in, even though you're scared, and being open-minded to other people's point of views. I feel like that is also keeps us in ignorance when we're not willing to listen to other people and talk with other people and see what they think about certain things, and then wonder why we are so one-dimensional, because we don't understand other people's point of views. We don't understand other people's way of life. We don't understand the other things people go through. And it's like, we have the power. We have the power to change our mind, you know? That's the thing. We have the power to change our habits, our minds, the things we believe in, the things that we consume. But with social media, I feel like sometimes that's lost. And even more so, it kind of feels like we're stuck in this one place, stuck in this one body, like, just roaming around, when really we can be more, you know? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and understood what I was trying to say, especially at the end there, because I was low-key yapping. But yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day. May God bless you.